Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Nessa. So today I have a video specially for my J1 students, my J1 colleagues, my J1 people. Yeah. So this video is dedicated to J1s, and if you know anyone that's going on the work and travel program, share this video to them, send this over to them, because this may be beneficial for them. And this is under the topic of embassy, and everybody want to get their visa, right? So I'm going to use my personal experiences that I went through and to help you guys to acquire your visa, because after last year, you guys need to be prepared. So I am here to prepare you guys, to let you be one step ahead of the interviewers. So if you guys want to hear more, stay tuned. Please don't forget to hit the subscription button below. Then you hit the notification bell. Then you comment down below. Let me know, say, do all that. And then maybe next week when you get shout out. Anyway, I don't know. I'm hungry right, maybe I say. I'm too lazy to go out of the food in the pot. But yeah, stay tuned for more details. I am using my personal experiences, and I know a lot of person may have more inputs. So if you have more inputs, comment down below and let me know, let the viewers know, so that we all can be prepared for the next visit, right? And also, if you all need to know anything else as it relates to this J1 program or this traveling program, ask me the question below and I'll answer them. And also stay tuned for the upcoming videos, because you all need to know how to pack, right? You all need to know how to search for your flights. You all need to know a bag of things. But today I am dedicating this one to your embassy visit, and it is a bit early, but it's just on time. And the reason why I said it's just on time is because I know the embassy visit is normally in like February, March, and this is like a month or 2 months early. And the reason why I'm doing it this early is because you need to be prepared from January. I'll tell you why in a bit, but let me tell you my experiences so you can get where I'm coming from, right? Alright, so I've been on the program 3 times already, right? And the first year I was so nervous, like I was literally nervous. I was shaking to my bones. Like, we all know how hard it is to acquire that visa, and the fact that I actually went for the 10-year visa and then turned me down for no reason at all. So when I was at the embassy to get this visa, I knew that I paid almost $200,000 out already to do all of this program. And the fact that you're gonna be in front of these interviewers and you're not sure if you're gonna get that visa, nerves will kill you, anxiety will kill you. And I was so anxious and I was so worried, and I prayed because I was so nervous, and I normally pray before everything anyway. But when I went there, to tell you how easy it was, then I went there, they asked me 3 questions, and they were like, come and pick up back your passport in 3 days, or would you like us to send it to DHL? And I was like, send it to DHL, I'll go pick it up. And I was like, I was nervous for all of that. And I was so excited because this is my first time going into the United States of America, so I was excited. And after that, the next year, right, I wasn't that nervous. I was calm because I was like, I'm gonna get it. Based on the first interview, I'm not nervous anymore. So I went and I got it, and I was like, yeah. The third year, this year, since year 2019 was the most challenging period to acquire a visa. I don't know if it's Mr. Trump caused it, but there was like maybe 60% of students being turned down, and this is not like something that regular happened. There will be like 10% turned down, but when you see like you have 50 to 60% turned down, then you know you have to worry, right? And I had a group of 9 persons going to the same company that I was going to work at, which is Sugar Bush, right? There was 9 persons in our group, because every time I go to like a job fair or whatever, I always try to link up with those persons going to the same place so that we can build a group and we can do travel buddies and, you know, just communicate, help each other in everything, right? And yeah, there was 9 of us in the group, and out of the 9 persons that was in the group, 3 of us got a visa, 6 persons got denied. So you can imagine how terrible it was at the embassy, right? And the good thing about it was that I was like at the end, I got the last date, so I got to see everyone, like the reason why they turned them down, and I made note of everything. I was ahead of my game, and when I went there I was on point, and when they asked me for a question or a document, I had it all, because guess what, I took their mistakes and I act on it, right? And because of all of that, they didn't have no reason but to give me that visa, right? And I'm going to give you all of these steps to help you guys to get that visa, and to help you to be a step ahead of them, to be on your A games, right? Alright, so that's that. So the first step is that your agency is going to ask you for some documents. These documents include the transcript, the status letter, and 2 passport pictures, right? And this is the documents that they normally give you to carry to the embassy, right? Which you're going to need, right? The interviewers need more substance, right? And most agencies don't know this, or maybe they know it by now because of the amount of person that was turned down last year. So some agency collect your transcript like in October, and we all know if you collect a transcript in October, your falls grades won't be on it, right? You would have to wait like maybe in January to get that full transcript, and the embassy wants to see your recent transcript with all of your grades, right? And if your agency took your transcript in October to December or whatever, and you don't have your falls grades on it, get another transcript. You need to get another transcript because you may need it. And take my fullest advice, I know it's expensive and I know it's a bit of a stretch, but it is better to lose $1,000 or $500. No, I don't know what how much it costs at your school, but it's better to use that little than to lose like $300, because you know if you get turned down, you're not going to get the full amount of money that you paid to go on the program fee. So just get a new transcript when all of your grades are out. And I know you're not going to get your spring grades on it, but I'm coming to that right now. Differently from the transcript, right, they're going to ask you for a status letter, and your status letter is going to prove that you're a full-time student, because in order for you to be a full-time student, you would have to be doing certain amount of credits, right, certain amount of course, and they want to know that you are a full-time student, right? And that's what on the status letter to say that, you know, V-La-Nessa is a full-time student at XY University, and bam, right? And the years you've been going to the school. But differently from that, you need to get a next letter, and it is also somewhat of a status letter, right? Now this letter should include your present courses, what you're doing right now, because remember, these courses is not going to be on the transcript, but the embassy may need proof to show that you are doing the 5 courses that you said that you're doing, or the 5 courses that you're required to do. So in that letter, you're gonna ask whoever is writing the letter, the office, to write Vanessa is doing 5 courses, and these five courses are international econ, microeconomics, financial management, calculus, literature, academic writing. You know, you need to make them listed, right? And this, they don't ask you for it, but this is just to be ahead of your game, right? Because they may send you back for it. So the fact that you have it to present to them, if they ask for it, you know that you are well prepared, right? And that letter is what helped me last year, because they sent back a girl last year to get all of the courses that she's doing, and she couldn't get it because guess what? She was only doing 3 courses, and the fact that she was only doing 3 courses, they turned her down. And the reason why they did this is because we all know Jamaicans, not only Jamaicans, we all know that people like to cheat the system. Like Jamaica, I'm just talking from my country because I am from this country, but I know that other country may do it. But as a Jamaican, we all know it is better to go away in the United States for most people to go and work for 4 months, because in that 4 months you can work the amount that you would work a year in Jamaica, right? And that 4 months can sustain you throughout the year. You can pay your school fee, you can buy a car out of it, you can pay down on the land. It is very helpful, right? So what student would do is in October they will do their 5 courses, because remember, that's when they want the transcript, that's when the agency take the transcript, right? And then in January, which is the spring season, they would do like 2 courses, 5 courses, because remember, they want to go back next year and the other year and the year after that and the year after that. So they stretch out their school just to go back a lot of time. And the embassy or United States or the sponsors or whoever picked up on that, and they realized that, you know, these students are trying to stretch out their time, they're trying to cheat the system. So what they do now, last year what they did, they come up with every possible way to turn, I don't know if it was jump or whatever, but they found every way to turn back students. And one of the reason was that a lot of the students couldn't provide them with a document to state that they're doing 5 courses. So ensure that you have this document. So this is differently from your status letter. So you're going to need your most recent transcript, the status letter to show that you're a full-time student, and then it's going to be, I don't know if they call it a status letter or just a regular letter to state the amount of courses you're presently doing, because you know that these grades are not going to be on the transcript, right? Because most grades don't come out until like June, and that time you'll be already working over there, right? Differently from what I've said, you're going to need your civic form, your insurance form, and your DS form, right? Yeah, so, and these are what the agency is going to give you to take with you. So when I went to the embassy, remember I tell you that I learned from all the students that was turned down, and when I went there, right, they asked me a couple questions, right? And the second thing that they asked me, right, was, how are we going to know that you're doing the 5 courses that you said that you're doing? And I was like, well, guess what? I have proof right here. Here's the proof. and I gave her the letter and she read it, and then she was like, so what are the courses you're doing? And I list them out, and it was exactly what was on the paper because I was ahead of them, and she had no reason but to give me that visa because I was ahead of the game. Now after all of that, they're going to question you, right? They're going to ask you some questions, so I'm going to give you a possible question that they may ask you and that you need to know, right? So for one, when you enter into the building, right, they're going to give you a book, right? And this book is Know Your Rights. The book is called Know Your Rights. I think I have about 2 of those books, right? And for the first year, I read the book because guess what? I was nervous. But the second year, I didn't read the book. I just went to the back of the page and I studied a few rights and whatever. And what they normally do is they give you the book because remember, you're going into a new country. You need to know your rights, right? Your rights, right? So this is just to prepare you, and they may ask you a question because remember, when you enter the building, they give you the book and they said to read the book to know your rights, and they put you to a seat to sit down because you have to sit and wait till the other occupants go through, so you have time to read that book. So a lot of time they want to see if you actually spend time to read that book, and they will ask you questions from that book. So at least know 3 just in case they ask you 3, but the most they ask is like 1 or 2, but know 3 just so that you're ahead of them, because they asked me the question and I was like, you have a right for a healthy work environment, you have the right to be paid, you have the right to be free from harassment. So you just need to know a few rights. You don't need to know all of them, but it is good if you're going into the country. You need to know your rights, so obviously you need to read it. But for embassy purposes, just to get through, because you don't want everything to bombard your brain with them, that you're not telling they want to see that you're not telling them no lie. So if they ask a question, just don't say. And for me personally, I never go to the same place twice, and there's just too much Jamaicans there, and I'm not against Jamaicans, but what I'm saying is that we have to be competing for work, because remember, Jamaica is over there to work. So it's like you have to fight for work, right? You have to fight for a second job. So the fact that there's too much Jamaican, you have to be competing too much, and that's the reason why I don't want to go somewhere where there's a lot of Jamaicans. When you go to somewhere where there's a lot of different races and all those stuff, then it is good because you have some person that just come to experience the culture, not really for work, just to come. And a lot of them rich, they don't want to work. Them rich, them not even know how to wash out a pot. They don't know how to wash them drawers. They don't know how to do certain stuff. They just come to Jamaica, to come to America. So them, when them go over there, them don't want a second job. Them barely want them first job, right? So when you go to places like that with persons like those, you know that you can work a lot of extra hours, you can pick up a second job, you can pick up a third job if you want, and it will be easy. But once you go to Wisconsin where there's a lot of Jamaicans, too much, it's too much. You have to be fighting for work. But there's a lot of work in Wisconsin though, but that's my personal experience. But anyway, I'm straight from the real meat of the matter. As I said, I never go to the same place twice, so I think that's a plus for me, because they may look at it and say that, she's always going somewhere new, so maybe she's really wanting to know the American culture, and it's not a possibility that she may run off because she's new to these people, right? And if I go to Wisconsin for 3 years, obviously I'm going to be familiar, and I may get friends, and I may can run off and live with friends and all those stuff. So the fact that I go to different places every year, and it's good, you never know if you're going to go back to America on a regular visa, because due to how it's hard to get. There may be a lot more questions, there may be a lot more documents that you need to bring, but these are my personal experiences, and if you have more, just list them in the comments down below so that the viewers can see, I can see, and maybe I can do a next video on that. And thank you guys for watching. As always, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so whenever I release a new video, you will be the first to know. And please stay tuned for the other videos, because remember, you have to know how to pack your luggage, you have to know how to buy your ticket, you have to know a lot of things. And I'm going to continuously upload stuff on J1s up until the last day, and even after that, if because I am crossing my fingers, the fact that I'm in my final year is a bit hard, so if I acquire that visa, I will be vlogging, and that's not a promise but I will be vlogging, right? And the shout out for this week is Kamisha Jackson. Big up to you, girl. You guys can go over to her channel. She's a Jamaican YouTuber. She has a very nice personality, and go check her out. Go subscribe. Tell her that Nessa sends you. Bye.